A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Roblox Wars, a film by Tyson Nguyen, episode 69.69, The Final Destination. It is a lawless time. It is a final barrier. Our army competes for resources and fight for resources. Food, medicine, hyperfuel, and knowledge. As the video game journey comes to the final day, the flawless hero, aka me, adventures in the Star Wars galaxy in Roblox as Luke Skywalker. Known as the Anakin, he was a strategist and one of the Skywalker warrior to command in control for the army. This will be the last time the flawless hero will be exploring and adventuring Roblox and other video games. Will the flawless hero start the college and make a collage for the film and career, as well as film producer in the film and television program? The flawless adventure for the career is about to wait. Greetings, everybody. How's it doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is the final episode of Roblox, and the title is called Roblox Wars. It's been so hard that it took me 4 attempts for the recording to start. So this must be the 4th time or the 5th time I actually record, since this is the last episode. It is so hard for me to do, since this is the last time I will be playing Roblox and other video games for the wars in the inspiration of Star Wars. I hope you have some delicious beverage and meals and snacks, so it's hard for me to make a decision on what has happened to this Roblox series. So sit back and relax. I hope you have some tasty, have some beverages and delicious meals prepared to go, because it'll be the last time I will be filming Roblox on air. This will be the last time I'll be playing and filming on Roblox and other video games. Sit back and enjoy the show. January 1st, 2012. The day I played Roblox for the first time and published for the first time since I was in elementary school. I've rendered it, I've played it off camera before I made my first video all the way since 2015 when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, I watched other friends, other people, other kids play Roblox that time since they were in school. And while Roblox was appropriate for everyone, I've made my decision of what was happened to the Roblox series of my own Let's Play series. So it was hard for me to say, but I gotta say this for real. Here that I am off from Roblox for longer than expected and playing less often than expected. So here's why. I had a career when I was trying to pursue my career I was heading for. And most importantly is making a film like this. You take a look at the career section. I have many career opportunities to choose from. And my heart says I wanted to become a film producer, film actor, film director. It was kind of hard for me to say that having a lot of choices is like a circle of life, or it's like a maze inside a bush garden. And it was hard for me. To start things off, this is Windows 11. It is a top-ranked PC since 2022, after 6 years since Windows 10 was released. So when I was a kid, I started to enjoy Roblox since Windows 7 when I was in elementary school. When I grow up, I've learned a lot about the scientific and sci-fi for the science fiction and adventure for the unthinkable. So I kind of say it was such a ridiculous journey trying to go from here since the last time I played here. It was kind of hard for me to say that I've played almost a lot of hours worth of time, from 3,650 days all the way to 4,000 plus days of Roblox time since I was playing video games. So now, not only do I play the video games that to improve my knowledge, but it's also transformed my life into something very different. I will be trying to find out the reason, why I decided to stop playing games, stop playing video games, including Roblox, for this. Back in 2014, there was the Fallen Kingdom, which is a game made by Retro Infinity, who was formerly known as one of the forgotten names in the Forgotten Kingdom. And that one is a exact duplicate of the one of the Roblox famous kitty users called Kitty6660. She was a RPG creator since the Lord of the Rings cape was made, all the way back in 2009. That not only do I transform my life, but also transform the life of the RPG as well. And since then, when 2010 was released, there were badges and automatic save system in the save data that helps keep the progress and continue where they left off in the journey. Not to mention that there are many things we want to say, but it has been a prodigious journey in an attempt to go right there. So there was a Fallen Kingdom, which I was placed until then, but now Retro Infinity stop updating and leave it as is. So the real reason why it's not one of these things, so let's put it aside. So I've been thinking about the real reason why I decided to leave and departure Roblox for my life is I am pursuing my own career as of now. That I wanted to become a film actor and I wanted to become a film producer. Not to play all day, all night, like this. But now, I have intentions on what is going on is to be the diligent member I ever see. So there was a tower that is a boss battle. This is a boss rush here where only the skill can complete this. And I am an absolute prodigious trying to complete it on one go. Now, for the real reason is what we will save for later. The real reason is what the next big thing back in the days since I played. So anyways, back to the story. Once upon a time, I was born with infused powers. And by that time, there was a big intensity coming right to my souls. A magical world presented is the Roblox with all the magic powers that come into my souls and my intelligence. Centuries then, many kids were obsessed playing this game as well as the testing site, which is the biggest thing in the world, is where many people used to go there. But then they fall in love with this most popular online video game. Many people were ruled by the occasions of their occupancies. With the Lost Prince I have in my mind, many people will await the return to the film acting and escaping from reality to this virtual world. And now I'm doing the opposite, is escaping the virtual Roblox into reality. To become the next big thing. Hoping that the lost prince, like me, is about to return. So now everybody, that anyone who are watching around playing this Let's Play Roblox series for like 10 years or 11 years, and my design is like a decade ago, who knows? Is it good enough to stay for Roblox? Is it better to play even more Roblox for a longer time? And the answer is definitely nope. It's useless. And by today's standards, it is not good to play Roblox for any longer since more than 10 years ago. So that is to say, look at this. It's pretty old, since 2006. It's been 17 years since Roblox was introduced to the world. And what that course is of escaping reality into this virtual company. Like there are many things to do when it comes to this. So it's got logos, it's got lightsabers, it's got the weapons, it's got the medieval since the ages, and it's got some vehicles to drive in. There you go. And what do you know? That, like it says, and when it approve it, I've been trying to improve many things into better things I have, such as making this graphic surface. But as of right now, definitely not. I would just say I leave it as is. So like it's got a Microsoft Windows here. You got the Red Bulls and what's so called Coca-Cola. And when I was a kid, I was committed to drinking Pepsi and the other Coca-Cola companies owned by that company of Coca-Cola. Back in the days, since it was founded from the Google, there were a lot of things to do here. This includes the YouTube that people upload the content, as well as playing some video games, playing walkthroughs, speedrun, and a lot of things such as the audio where it was founded. Since the culture was introduced in the past 20th century, 19th century, or around 18th century, culture was introduced. And back since the day of the Lord of Range Escape, and one of them like a block flip RPG, the RPG games are very old. So look at that. The old Lost Souls RPG, the Legend of Excalibur RPG, one that is a copy of Kitty 6660's RPG kit. It was so very old. And yeah, that was before before the release and pre-release. Looks like a beta, and it was so broken, and it is no longer functioning anymore. But that's not the case of why I decided to stop playing Roblox after many years. So we are trying to figure out the real reason why I decided to stop playing Roblox. So here's other reasons. One, I was starting to have some technical issues of playing Roblox in old devices that sometimes I log in. When I play on old devices, I experience some lag because it used many graphical contents that require a bigger computer. That sometimes using them on old devices may cause it to freeze, and it can crash the Roblox and other video games. Sometimes it can crash my computer too. Sometimes I have to restart my computer, or sometimes I have to clean up my computer with the disk cleanup or disk defragmenter to get it to work. And that's not all. It's been going many months since there was a lot of things to say. And back in the day, since there was a Google Chrome, and back in the day, since there was Twitter, and back in the day, since I was trying to have a lot of KFCs here. And back in the day, since I experienced Roblox but never played on Xbox, and since there was Dynasty Warriors from the Romance of the Three Kingdoms by Luo Guangzhong. It was created by Koei since 1999 and evolved since 2000. Then 2001 evolved to the 3. In 2002 there was Extreme Legends, and 2003 is the Dynasty Warriors 4. In 2004 there was also Extreme Legends in that 2, followed by 5. And there was also the Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires as well, including 5 Empires, 6 Empires, 7 Empires, 8 Empires, and 9 Empires. But starting in Dynasty Warriors 7 Empires, Warriors Orochi 3, 8 Empires, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, Warriors Orochi 4. They cut off the English dubbing for Dynasty Warriors, and also Warriors Orochi, as well as Samurai Warriors 3, 4, and 5, and other spin-offs. As many people were complaining on Steam community about why there were no English dub and left it as is, this was not the case either. But for the real reason why I decided to stop playing video games is I have to be honest with you. I've been trying to figure out a way on what to improve and what to expect on this. like for the many reasons. Is when it comes to video games, I was not power up at all whatsoever. And that way it won't take another 11 years for me to figure that out on what to expect for this. So let's get organized with that. Another reason. As a real life general, we compete for various resources when we speak. Knowledge, resources like food, medicine, hyperfuel, skills, survivability, and luck. While there were various amount of reasons why I decided to stop playing Roblox back in the 2012. According to the news, many people, including most of them were teens and kids, play Roblox all day and all night without knowing when to eat, what to cook, when to go to work, when to focus on education, on how to deal with the critical situations such as these. But that's not the case of what it was. So for the many people who are watching Roblox, so it has been intimidating for many years. So this series has been gone for a lot of things that I know when it comes to my knowledge. When I was in middle school, I began to have some experience on the U.S. history. Since the day I was in middle school. Up until high school, I learned a little bit about science, but now I improve a lot. And based on my favorite subject is the history, the science, physics, and earth, as well as many CBS and NBC, as well as BBC News that talk a lot about them. So the series of Roblox has gone for a very long, bored, I don't have inspiration whatsoever, and not even a single good inspiration of what is going on with all the Roblox. While there were many things I know, there are a lot of things I have in my career right now. Like I render it, I update it, I provided it. It is an ingenuity prevails, like an ingenious, prodigious talent of my strategies under my command. Then I did a lot of things to do. So this series of my own real life Roblox Let's Play is like a big aluminum, like a big carbon copy of paper. And a big copy is a copy of the series of Minecraft, a copy of real life, a copy of Terraria. But many people believe back in the RPG old times, like the Legend of RPG, the Legend of the Range Escape RPG, it's very old and it doesn't have an automated save system. And many people were used to be using the feature a lot on getting a head start of level 999 by the range. And back in 2011, they break the copy lock of the Roblox places and make it into their own places, so they use them for another alternative RPG just for the fun of it and not to be fair of it. So back in the day when I played Roblox, I started the music of the music of China, the music of Japan, and the music of Jennifer Lopez. I was relaxed with some of the playlists that were being played to the day that it was an integrable with integrity and confidence, raising the pressure, and with a lot of dignity to their lives. Back in the day when I was in Vietnam, I tried to play Roblox but immediately got disconnected due to the fact that its lack of internet connection for the connectivity. It runs at a speed, it was ran at a speed of 10 megabits per second, which is not enough the speed to play. So I played Chicken Invaders instead when I was back in 2007. But that's not all. In 2016, I was off from playing Roblox and started to play the Game House original stories instead. The Game House original stories are more better and more shorter than playing Roblox because, like I said, Roblox it takes a long time to build than the Game House. And I'm having some more interesting knowledge and story with it for the classes. But the fact is, When the Roblox updates, all the save data for the RPG, the old save data was wiped out, so I can no longer play anymore with the existing save data anymore. Therefore, I have to restart my run all the way back to the beginning again. For example, the Tales of Kittyscapes, all the save data was already gone in the old general, in the old history. And when it comes to RPG save data in the save kit, many people were unaware of the save system services. That if the save data does not upload it to the save system services and it takes so long and it disconnected, then it was already gone by the day it was meant to be. And that's not the primary reasons why I decided to stop playing. Let's move on to the next. As you may know, that many people were telling when to come back. I will be telling. I'll be honest, for real. So, will I be coming back to playing video games, including Roblox and other video games as well? The answer is the answer is definitely not. Almost definitely not. I will be focusing a lot more on career and film acting, as well as film producing, film directing, and film photography. And I will be focusing more on the talk shows as well when it comes to reality. So let's get honest with ourselves. The real reason is to be honest with the news. Many teens, many kids were impacted by playing Roblox all day. And by playing all day, I mean playing 24/7. According to the survey data, the chart was increased to 300 plus million active users. Most of them were kids, most of them were teenagers playing Roblox a lot. And rarely, less than 10%, less than 9.99% of all adults play Roblox too. That leads to a population of 5% of all people play Roblox. That's also the another reasons why I decided to stop playing Roblox for my life, for the good of my life, and for the good of my career. Playing Roblox is no longer psychologically safe for my life. He said it. He said that. When it comes to difficulties, those higher difficulties like Jukes of Hell, and Challenge RPG. They went up to psychologically unsafe, insanity-inducing, soul-crushing, and even mentally traumatizing. And that's what I say. Those difficulties of Roblox were totally not for the faint of heart. There were a lot of things why I decided to stop playing Roblox. One, to get back to real life and become the way I want to be. The way I wanted to be is focusing, getting power up on my real life career, and to be watching a lot of movies, television series like This Is Us from NBC, and to be forever royal. Number two, restabilizing my control for my real life. Some kids were complaining. Some kids do not complain, but I complain. I am the only one to be ceasing playing Roblox and other video games, as many real life celebrities do. But the solution is to become a real life celebrity, I must do the extremely difficult things, extremely difficult actions. And stopping the Roblox Let's Play series and video games Let's Play series is the one of the most hardest thing I ever do in my life. And that's not all. The main reason is we will need to create a biggest thing to let other people see in the history. And that is to make a final statistics for all the favorite places, all the favorite games I've played before then. I want to see that this is not the end of this channel I've been making. This is actually the beginning. And we're going to start everything fresh. No video games, no Roblox, only films, only real life films, television episodes based on real life experiences and based on a specific genre. Mine's favorite is sci-fi, action, adventure, comedy, drama, reality, and even thriller. Just you and me. We are going to start again. But this time, no video games, but a real life reality, comedy, drama, action, adventure, thriller, and a lot of historical theories wherever I do. But then, there'll be a lot of things to say. That it is time to be leaving Roblox for real. From 1924 to then, the Roblox, the Disney was founded by Walt Disney in Orlando, Florida. Many Roblox players were very addicted with Disney characters since they were invented back in the old television times. These Disney characters such as Steamboat and others such as the Mickey were invented before starting with the Disney princesses such as Snow White since 1935. In 1940, Pinocchio was introduced to the world by Geppetto. And by that time, Geppetto introduced Pinocchio. Pinocchio was off for a long adventure trying to find the truth. But then Pinocchio has to go to school and to become a real boy. Many students were not liking Pinocchio, but he was honest. And I have to be honest like him too. Someday I'm going to be a real television or film actor, TV producer and TV or film producer and TV/film director as well. And since for the days, even miracles take a little more time. In 1950, Cinderella was introduced with a fairy godmother and some Tremaine family. The day when there was Prince Charming, he was introduced from Snow White all the way to then. As many people were reprocessed about this world. The world is about turning virtual reality into a real life. I mean, there's a lot of things that I should have a lot of things in my possession. The glass slipper. It was introduced by Cinderella since Cinderella and Prince Charming are in the center way for happily ever after. Where there's a lot of things carry on since Mickey and Minnie introduced new characters to the world. Sometime since 1960, in 1960, there was a Sleeping Beauty, where Aurora, like me, we sleep once upon a dream. Alongside with the famous quote, "I know you, I walk with you once upon a dream." That gleam in your eyes and souls of millions of gleam, and I know it's true, that visions are seldom on the scene. But If I know you, I know what you do. You'll love me at once the way you did once upon a dream. That's right in the Space Mountain before we know it. So here's to the days when Aurora sleeps by the curse. Prince Philip goes to rescue Aurora by by having a deep by having a deep kiss. Like in a reality show, many people were introduced new characters to the world the day when it was found. Sometime in the mid 20th century, there was Mary Poppins, which is featuring the most longest word and most magical word in Disney, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, or whatever you say, whatever I spell. Even though it sound doesn't quite right, it always sound precocious. If you say it right, then you will be atrocious. Atrocious to this, that this is the biggest time in the career. Sometimes after the Sleeping Beauty, there was a Jungle Book, and it introduced Mowgli, one of the Jungle Boy, to explore in the jungle while it was in the book. As many kids were never heard about this in the history, I'm the one to introduce, unlike many other people do. In 1989, there was Little Mermaid featuring one of the famous Disney princesses of all time, Ariel. She was a mermaid born from Queen Athena and King Triton. And there was a lot of things we ever know to see. Swimming underwater towards the Atlantica, the Little Mermaid is the famous thing to ride across the ocean and under the sea. In the biggest reality show until it was evolved into something that's one of a kind, atrocious. Back in the days, one of the famous music from The Little Mermaid was Under the Sea, which I keep listening when I was playing the Princess Tycoon. in trying to complete one of my Disney collection in Disney Magic Kingdoms back since it was in 2013. Chances are they rehearsed the Disney movies in a Disney on Ice shows that convinced many fans across the globe in a travel to a long adventure. In Beauty and the Beast, since 1991, once upon a time, like me, Abel was a lot of things. Bell was born by his wealthy parents. Till there was a lot of things that is said to say. Exploring around, checking there was a lot of intelligent minds do to be able to overcome the fears and to greet the one little prince known as Adam the Beast. In a more provincial town, providently, the Beast was able to make, make a great exploration in an attempt to meet Gaston and LeFou, the two villains in the life. Until there was a lot of things happen that come around here. So this is Tower of Terror, by the way, but it's in Roblox. The most scariest of all time. Until there was an elevator behind the books. Uh-oh. And I was saying, this is the biggest experience thing that I ever wanted to say. That Belle and Gaston fought to their lives, fought to their heart's content, and fought to that's one called the Warriors Orochi. They fought all the way through to their experiencing content, experiencing fear, terrorizing terror, and many lives. That was content for Beauty and the Beast. As tale as old as time, song is always rhyme, and better be brave. Rest as I can assure, learning that you were wrong about Roblox are good for the life. You're right that Roblox is not even a great great choice for your lives. As the more obsession you put the more psychological emotions and instability going on. And sometimes I have to restart my control for this to happen. As Toy Story 2 found that Woody is now part of it, the protagonist to search for the missing toys and getting back to real life. Woody make a better decision with many other toys, many other friends around him in an attempt to like this. Like it or not, one of the kids used a lot of toys in traveling while traveling to the airport for a lot of departures. And in the carousel, toy aliens called the Mystic Portal, and they're running into the airplane to load into the toys in an attempt to leave. But they leave the airplane and reunite with Woody and Buzz Lightyear so that no toys were left behind and to be delivered to one of the former place called Andy's Place. Beginning in 1999, there was a lot of scenes, and this includes one scene during the credits, and there were bloopers. Monsters Incorporated has it too since 2001, when Pixar Animation Studios was founded since 1986. In 1950s, there was Barbie, one of the most famous doll toys for girls. Born in a factory, created a factory, produced it, and made it distributed all the way to then, when they stopped making any more Barbie dolls and making the sales limited. So we're back in, by the way, since become Princess Elsa. So this is the Toys Arcade for many things to know. So anyway, then it was a giant thing when Beauty and the Beast lived happily ever after as the ending. In 2000, few years before 2000, there was Aladdin and Jasmine who travel across the magic carpet ride into a whole new world. But in 1995, there was Toy Story. There were many kids were attracted to this. And just few years after the Toy Story, there was a Tower of Terror in real life. That many scary and horrific things happen in the Hollywood Tower of Terror. It is the biggest thing in the career that many people were inconceivable of. And sometimes, that there was a lot of scary things happen. A lot of jump scares, a lot of creepy, a lot of horrific things. That Roblox went up to the E10, now all the way to the teen on the ESRB. According to the ESRB, Roblox is now rated teen. And that is the biggest thing that's ever to be made. But as you can see, this car and that is like a tram all the way till the midnight strikes. You listen up when there was a lot of things that happen in real life. Somebody knows about you, somebody knows about this, then it is Starlight 2. But lately, none of them can ever be playing Roblox all day. But it's just me and you to stop this conflict from happening. And as the years go by, this Let's Play series, Let's Play Roblox, is coming to an end. And you're gonna be seeing the folks as I do. And just like Toy Story, you've got a friend in me. Like I got a friend in you. So anyway, back to the history. Back in the day when there was a VHS happen, the VHS is used to load the videos out of the way. So they can watch movies whenever they want. For example, the VHS was introduced before the DVD. And that was Cinderella, Aurora, The Little Mermaid, Snow White, Belle, Beauty and the Beast, Jasmine from Aladdin, Pocahontas, Fa Mulan, and many other Disney princesses to choose as your favorite. So we're out of Tower of Terror, by the way. as looks like in a carbon dioxide. As a real life in this, other than this virtual reality, Tower of Terror has become Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's a very extraordinary news to replace the scary one into a non-scary but very thrilling ones. In 2001, there was Fa Mulan, 2 years after the Toy Story 2 was came out. Fa Mulan is one of the film that mostly introduced space on the Disney princess. Born in China, Fa Mulan is the biggest one of the Chinese princes in the history of Disney. Anyways, let's go to the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Let's continue. Toy Story 2 was a sequel of the Toy Story, and it continues after the Space Rangers' journey in search for the toy aliens. In Toy Story 2, it introduces Buzz Lightyear and Jessie, the two new toys that were introduced since it was in the show of the video game called Toy Story 2. Buzz Lightyear, the main protagonist in an attempt to defeat Zurg. In many past years, there was a lot of movies going on from Paramount. The day that when I was born, I've watched a lot of Paramount Pictures, which is some animated cartoon other than Disney. Because there are many things I should know about it, I really know most of them, including these toy box. That I got Mickey Mouse as my first ever toy from Disney as a plush. It is the biggest thing to do when to do. Until that, in the year 2004 and 5, there was Cars. and the cars focuses mostly on competition racing in a speedway. There was a lot of lonely adventures and going on without many others competitors uh, till now. But in 2005, in 2004, there was Madagascar from DreamWorks, and in 2007 there was A Great Escape, which is the other one from DreamWorks. But then there was B Movie since November 2007 when I was in kindergarten. In 2008, I've heard about Geico, which is the gecko I was talking about. And it was all about saving lives on insurance. Their insurance companies were introduced since 1920 and even after the Great Depression in the United States. The cars were to meant to be when it was there. We're just totally Mary Poppins all around this. But then there was Allstate. Coming from around a Jenga and 200 feet away from the pool and the park. But when it comes to insurance companies, Geico and Allstate were the two we're in favor with. It's back to basics, and the basics are good. While 15 minutes could save you 50% or more on car insurance, but for me, I put myself in good hands. Let's go to Frozen Ever After, just because of this. In 2009, there was Allstate Mayhem. And when I was a kid, there was a Disney Channel, the Disney Junior, which aired The Princess and the Frog, since it was introduced when the Geico commercials happened. Where Geico Gecko tells Prince Naveen that he was cursed into a frog, any princesses would kiss him and turn magically into a human. In 2009, The Princess and the Frog was aired on television. It was in theaters before it aired on TV and released on DVD in the holiday season before 2010. Not only that, but also Dynasty Warriors Strike Force. Where there were a lot of voice actresses come from the animated cartoon films, animated cartoons, manga TV series was aired on the show. So this is the Frozen Ever After, by the way. And then in 2010 there was Tangled, which is one of the most feature Disney animated film and the 50th motion picture of the Walt Disney Animation Studios. Tangled became one of the most popular films in ever seen, and which is a lot better than Frozen. In the same year, Toy Story 3 was released since Energizer advertised for the Toy Story 3. Many kids played mini games with the Toy Story 3 about searching for what happened in the past Toy Stories 1 and 2. By the way, when Toy Story 3 was aired in the theaters, it released a DVD so that many kids enjoy a lot more during that time, when this time of year. In 2011, Dynasty Warriors 7 was released, and it is better than the original Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, 5, and 6. At that time, Warhorse was filmed and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures, which I watched Warhorse when I was in sophomore in the world history back in the day, since I've watched from 2018 to 2019. Warhorse is one of the most historical war film ever made by the DreamWorks and Touchstone. Of course, Warhorse is one of the most well-known film aired during the war in Europe back in the early 20th century, 1900s all the way. In 2012, there was Brave, which focuses on another Disney Scottish princess, Merida, where one of the most favorite things is to touch the sky. Touch the sky and feel the light. And to be wholly wholly phenomenal for this. Merida is very brave at archery, and when it comes to archery skills, Merida is known for its famous resources. Known for this entirety, after Tangled and Brave were introduced, since Disney and Pixar said it so, Brave is one of the good films for many children across the globe. In the same year, Wreck-It Ralph was introduced as consistently most of video game crossing. Like this, ROBLOX was introduced. They saved all the video games from the entirety of Litwack's arcade as a magical time to start. In 2013, Disney princesses from Frozen, called Anna and Elsa, were also introduced as the most popular characters during the winter. Elsa was born firstly from the winter solstice since December 21st, while Anna born in the summer solstice since June 21st. In 2014, there was Big Hero 6, and by that time, Big Hero 6 is one of the most well-known as technological advances across the globe. Hiro Hamada learns a lot from Tadashi, researches a lot of things from the robotics lab. Since today, Hiro was in the academy. What would be the well-known for Hiro is becoming an amazing, prodigious things I ever seen. Then there was Brave. There was Moana in 2016. Moana was the last of the Disney princess traveling across Hawaii and saving the Maui from the volcanic island of transformation, turning it into a naturally peaceful island, naturally the best island of Moana in the circles of life. So now everybody who are watching on YouTube, and for that time, it is time to move on with the real life. When I say to move on with the real life, watching and learning from them on television and films is the one I do the most. And watching the news is what I do the next. It was a lot of fun time with all the in disgrace and in grace. Disney, Paramount, Columbia, and all other companies will be the next target I will be cooperating with the most. But for the real reason, it is time to go somewhere else. It's time to be free of Roblox. And I don't want to end it sad. I want to end it in a happily ever after. I want to see it as something new. And this is not the actual end of Roblox. This is not the actual end of my own Flawless Hero television station. This is actually the beginning. We're going to start again. We're going to start again. This time, the real life Frozen, Disney princesses, Disney prince, adventure, sci-fi, as well as Star Wars. We're going to start again. I will be filming many stories that were other than Roblox. There are many different stories other than Roblox. Because this is the last episode of Roblox Let's Play series. Just you and me. We're gonna start again in a brand new television series. Not Roblox, not video games, just real life in the modern technological advances. We're going to do one of the most important things. Talk show. That's number one. Comedy, drama, action, adventure, thriller, sci-fi. That's number two. And that is what I will be doing the most. Like this way. So this is the hardest decision I'm making now. And those were the male costumes, by the way. So this is Frozen 2 place, by the way. And those were the Princess collection for many people who are a fan of them. And those were the others, like the Rise of the Guardians since 2012. And there were mermaid costumes from The Little Mermaid, the ballerina, the trendy ones. And those were the other princess outfits that include princesses that are not officially the Disney princesses, such as Giselle, Alice in Wonderland, Sophia the First, Meg, Raya, who is now officially a Disney princess, Elena, Esmeralda. Those were all other Disney princesses, as well as those of them are the sale of the store. And here's the Frozen 2, which is the epilogue outfits. And the Frozen Fever. Frozen 1 here. And others, including the other Disney princess. As well as this one, Wish. Since it was released in 2022. And now it is all comes to this. When it comes to this, there are many things to explore. And you do the same thing. There are a lot of things to explore other than Roblox. In 2010, Universal Studios introduced one of the most ingenuity prevails called Despicable Me. And that says saving the world from the most supervillain of Despicable Me, Vector. By seizing the moon, handing it to Vector, and escaping by rescuing the kids from the Vector and saving the world with the ballerina dance. But in 2013, it's saved in a different way, fighting in a boss against the El Macho from the lair, who was transforming one of the experiments that gone wrong, the PX-41 serum, all the way to the PX-47 antidote by Nefaro's lab. When they fight against El Macho, Groove shoots the antidote on the evil minions to make them cure back into its original shape. And that's not all. What we really don't like the most is we really dislike the chicken who pressed the button for the rocket to be sent into the volcano and into their own demise. They saved themselves from the volcano by jumping off from the rockets and getting a lot more happiness during the entire underwear dance. But there's more. Even said so, this arcade looks pretty old. It doesn't have enough things to do. So there was Fix It Felix building. There was a Hero's Duty. There was Sugar Rush. But in 2017, everything has changed as well. For the Despicable Me 3, it was 2 years before the Minions came out on theaters and on the disc. Everywhere is included. So by far, I can say that here's the real reason. Nothing stays the same. Everything can change. And you gotta do the hard way. Making the film based on their own experiences and their own creativity. And I am the one that makes my own film based on my own real life experiences and stories. So that's Sugar Rush from the Candy Land in Wreck-It Ralph. Many people live well for their own lives. But as a matter of fact, this is pretty integrating. As many can tell, Sugar Rush is one of the most, although it's less healthy but it's most delicious, Sugar Rush contains most of sugar in the land, as Wreck-It Ralph said it. So, back in 2008, there was one of the Japanese animated films that was made for Disney. And that was the most Japanese filmmaking crew to be produced on Walt Disney. And in 2018, Wreck-It Ralph gets a sequel, Ralph Breaks the Internet, which is saving the internet from the doom. And in 2019, Frozen and Frozen 2, the Frozen 2 focused mostly on an adventure through the Arendelle and to the northern enchanted forest. That is, in 2020 is where things couldn't get right. And that was the virus, the pandemic, that delayed all productions, including Soul. But in 2021 it was Luca. Luca and Encanto was made. In the middle of June, this is where I was graduated from high school. With all my knowledge, with all my artists I have in my mind, it's time to go for something new. It's time to go somewhere else, other than Roblox. With all my knowledge I have experienced from one of the RPG filmmaking, physical science, and Earth, as well as the United States history and the Constitution. We're going for somewhere else. And that's something that we haven't discovered. The real life, the reality of YouTube. And for that moment, in 2022, I'm focusing most on the constitutional of the democracy and governance of the United States and other countries. Commander Luke Skywalker, what do you do? I'm using the Force to protect the world from making from making a dangerous force. We keep our planet safe. And so do I. We fight on to carry the day. We leave ROBLOX for the good of the life. We work as a force of Skywalker to prove we are in a successful run. We buy all the time for the real life work. We use all the time for all the forces as a commander. I'm the flawless hero. And I will make my dream of becoming a real life Skywalker, a real life film actor, producer, director, and I shall fulfill my very own wish. Like Dynasty Warriors 7. And I will make my dream come true. I will turn everything from here to reality. Welcome, and congratulations for making it to the Finalist Festival. In honor of your heroic deeds, we are hosting a festival to mark the end of your journeys, including the end of ROBLOX and video game journeys. I say enjoy the festivities. And from all of us, thank you. Hello, make sure to take a beverage to stay refreshed during the festivities. I'm surprised Becky came over to meet you. Everything's alright? Oh, I'm just a bit more nervous and careful with her around. Anyhow, thanks to you, I have a large collection of visors. Though you did collect a lot of duplicate green ones. Did you ever find a blue one? A blue one? Haha! Don't worry, I'm just teasing you. Hey, it's me, Becky, from Hub City. Hello, Becky. I'm a cousin of Fred and George. They told me all about your recent journeys. I wish I knew earlier. I could have sold you an arsenal of cool weapons to help you with. That sword you have looked might be neat too. Oh, don't worry, Fred. I'm careful around you this time. Oh, hey, Billboard here. What's wrong? Looking at how much you've grown. It reminds me of the past, like in 2010, 2012, when I was there to greet all the new adventurers in this village. Giving them brief explanations. You'll do great, kid. You'll do great, man. Don't forget what we teach you. You look like a seafaring type. I stumbled across the sea chart some time ago, but I'm not a type of sea explorations. It said there are various treasures to be found there. A sea chart for the square islands? Thanks. I'll make sure to take a look at that one today. Drink this great after some dancing. My sister's very happy to be here. Maybe I should move in as well. Wish I had some money for a proper house here, though. Oh, hey. Are you having a good time? I hope you know how to dance out there. If there's ever a song you would like to listen to again, Fred has a jukebox in his shop. Alright, on with the dance. How about this? Oh no, Botloss, you're not beating me in a dance-off. Check out these moves. Oh, haha. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Oof, ouch. You didn't have to go to so rough on us. Well, you can talk. Of course we can. You thought we were just some savage beast. Alright, in your defense, we look menacing. How? Hello, fellow member. Party great. Learning new stuff. We take knowledge home. Expand culture. Today is a good day. I never seen my niece this happy. Did you assist her? Private, I'm proud of you. Now we just need to crack that stone for my brother. And this is only a small part of the world. There's much more to see. I can understand what she means. Light, dark, both complement each other. And the joy brings, there's much for me to learn. Hey, if the world was as cheerful as the village, we wouldn't need administrators. How's the headquarters? Rebuilding as we speak. It should be operational again in a few days. I hope you've been taking good care of the sword I gave you. Hello, I'm the flawless hero. The one and only hero of this Roblox. Or seriously, you know the rest. I want to say that it has been an incredible journey for me playing through all of these games, including Roblox. And I hope it has been an incredible journey for you to play it. You might be wondering what's next in store. Well, I can't really say. The future is simply a mystery for us all. I'll see what I can do for the rest of this year, of this game, of all Roblox, of all video games, but I cannot make any promises. And though, I hope you like it, I hope you enjoyed it, and I would like to thank you for playing Roblox and thank you for playing the entirety of the video game world. For now, enjoy the festival. And start rolling the end credits whenever you're ready. Whenever I'm ready, I'll be ready. We're going out for a ride. We are riding all the way for this trip to the end. It's amazing what we can find floating in the Disneyland. That ride was awesome. This restaurant is so sweet, but you never know what you'll find. And so finally that it was very fun to see in this. And what a party to start off. What a party to end off. As the biggest man is going to become a new actor, new producer, a new Skywalker era is coming. So let's celebrate. It's time to celebrate like this, never before. And it's Sugar Rush time. Wow, having fun, are we? I like to think of it as very optimistic and very, very legendary experience. Let's party! Let's celebrate! We're making it clean. We are headed somewhere in space. We travel across the galaxy. There is only one thing left. And there is the sequel. Because when we go somewhere that is unknown, we travel in a cooperation. And that is the sequel to the Star Wars and the video game wars. That's magic in our own hands. Enjoy the end credits and see you in reality. fresh, lovely day. Pretty sure the video games won't bother me anymore now. As we wake up into a reality. At last, we're waiting. What a view for this island. Initiating checkout. Come on, let's get to work. The flawless hero will return as a film actor and producer.